CNE Canadian National Exhibition 2022.
Hello and welcome to theex. Finally back after 3 years, a 2-year hiatus for reasons we all know, unfortunately are behind us, and we're back finally at the CNE, the Canadian National Exhibition, the most many-named exhibition or state fair, if you call it that, because we don't have states in Canada. Now, very excited to come back. I don't know whether or not I'm going to try this all-flat ride challenge that I have in my head, but I don't know if it really is practical being at the end of the summer and having been to so many different parks and stuff. I don't know if my stomach can take it, but we'll try. We'll certainly try, won't we? Now, in addition to that, I'm going to start this vlog off a little bit more unusually. Since we do have a vlog here from 3 years ago, we're going to kind of go on a different path, explore more of the grounds. It's a slow day because it's a Monday. It's the first Monday after the opening weekend. And also, as you can see from the skies above me, it's very unpredictable, if I can say that, as far as whether or not there's going to be rain today. It might come down crazy, or it might not at all. Hopefully not, but we got the full day ahead of us from this early afternoon and onward into the evening here at the CNE. Oh, it's exciting to say that finally. Finally, we're back. All right, let's go enjoy the greatest fair in Canadian history. Building is historic at the CNE for many reasons, but really only for one, food. But you'll notice that they have a lot of similar stands scattered throughout. But you know, from childhood, it's really kind of a historic building because its offerings have changed every year as various vendors can come in here and take part in the CNE and endorse their own establishments, or just have one-offs here, of which you do get a lot of, and of which theex is always famously known for having some sort of unusual new item as part of its feature food offering in the year. We'll see if we can find that, because I haven't done any research, but maybe I'll try to figure out what exactly the unique offering is. It's usually something fried. I don't know if I'll do it right now, but maybe later. To prior vlogs where I was less civilized and ate during this segment, I'm not doing that. I guess I've learned. But here we are in the food building, and I've got a brisket poutine that's massive. It's just kind of what I was in the mood for. I have found out some of the odd selections that you have here, including a Cheetos fried burger. There's also some mac and cheese cones from a place that's actually just behind me as well. There's a croffle, which is like a cross between a waffle and, say, an eclair in a way, covered with various toppings. And then probably the standout is behind me at the Machete establishment, which is known as the 2-foot taco, which you can get in mushroom, chorizo sausage, ground beef, various forms for 25 bucks, and will obviously be 2 feet and feed maybe a family of 4. So I kind of decided to forego that without any company and go for the boutique, which is in itself massive. Alright, this will probably load me up and make me well tired in time for rides. Probably won't go well for a lot of spinning rides, but we'll see how it goes. Food building, done. I have to do a post-up from my brisket poutine there. Poutine is available at half of the stands here. I will say we're not too original from a Canadian perspective of our food offerings. With that being said, it was fantastic. I gotta like clear my throat there because yeah, I ate most of it. I don't feel so good with myself, but you only do this once a year, right? Oh, that was crazy. Yeah, so it turns out that was really, really good. And most of the food offerings here are probably really stellar if you come here on the right day, i.e. a day like today where it's not so crazy busy. I'd say come here with a big group of people, order a bunch of different stuff, and share to enjoy the proper food building experience. We're also going to continue this unusual vlog by going to a place that we haven't been before and kind of starting this exhibition journey historically. Because there's a show coming up that I think I'll be able to get to in time at a very significant place in Toronto history.
So the cabin sat on the banks of the Don. Told you that.
Yes.
And
The first CNE was in 1879, and that's when the cabin was moved here. So the first CNE.
This is done by Mrs. Simcoe. Mrs. Simcoe was the wife of our first Lieutenant Governor, and she drew just a charcoal painting. And
Can you look at maybe I can help you with that?
no, where's the colored one?
Just finished a first visit to Toronto's oldest known building, Scadding Cabin. Had a very long conversation. You know, it's a historical society in there, so they tend to get a bit chatty and trappy there, especially if you know a couple things about the history of Toronto. So like, we got someone. Anyway, I got a couple brochures, and apparently I'm a member of the club now, so yeah, I look forward to maybe more videos on that soon enough. I didn't really shoot what they were talking about, which I could have. Maybe that'll come in another video. But it's good to know that building was brought here originally on the first day or the first year of the exhibition, and it's been here ever since. It was originally located actually not too far from where I currently live, but it's now here where it found a permanent home. As the lady that was in the period dress indicated, it was just kind of plopped here, and over time the Historical Society has taken care of the grounds around it to bring it back to its sort of idyllic glory there. It also was just sort of like a tannery post or office, a place to do business for the tannery. I'm right in the middle of the CNE Bandshell. If you're curious why there's all these stands around me, or seating, it's because of that. There are sound checks going on currently. This is where the Toronto Festival of Beer is held. Also, sometimes various events throughout the year, but they tend to have nightly concerts in this on this stage. So who knows? If we're here for a while, we might be back here later on. But for now, we're gonna go back into the X's grounds main proper and get on some rides. I think I'm gonna bookend my day into 2 sections. Hopefully get a lot of on-ride POVs for you. Revisit some rides that were visited in the last vlog. A lot of stuff to cover, and maybe get every single one of them in and give you my rundown of the experience overall. All right, that's quite a long intro here to the CNE. We've been here over an hour and we haven't been on any rides. Quite unusual, still no rain, but a pretty successful day so far.
You'd like to come and say hi to the giraffes? You're very welcome to. Just ask that you go around to the front of them where they can see you. Oh, this is Jelly Bean. This is our baby giraffe. He's super friendly. Yeah.
These giraffes are...
You're welcome to give their nose a little rub when they bend down to say hi. That's it. Yeah, they're big, aren't they? They're quite tall. Giraffes are the tallest mammals in the world. Thank you. Have a nice day today.
Smells like Dorico.
I'm in the kids section of the park, or the X, because there's a couple of credits and some fun houses in that I haven't done in this area last time. So we're gonna get those done first while it's pretty slow over here, and then we'll get to the main section of the Midway just beyond us and beyond the stadium behind me there. All right, enjoy the Kiddie portion of this particular vlog for 2022. And that's Wacky Shack done. All right, funhouse to start the festivities. Not too bad, pretty clean. As there was another funhouse in here that I remember last time actually was not so. decent ride for Funhouse. Let's carry on. I am tempted and must try before I leave this section, this one particular Central Park ride, because I think it's a credit. I think I counted a credit. It's an unusual sort of like antique cars on a dedicated track ride that I have not seen here before. I actually like the location of it too, situated right next to this historical building. I think it's a credit. It's powered, but I'm going to count it as a credit and I'm going to go on it. All right, we are on Central Park. It kind of looked like they were just like either under maintenance or ready to go with this thing, but because I just walked right up and got on, I think you'll probably find it has a line for the next trip. What I'm trying to say is I think that people thought it was closed, but it's very much open. Oh, I'm in my own car. I thought it was a train, so maybe this isn't a coaster. You tell me. Do you think this is a roller coaster? I'd say it is because of the particularities of its design. Alright, we'll see you after the rest of my journey here. It's not a quick one. Just finished up there, the Central Park ride. Not a bad little ride for what it was. Very friendly staff here. I think they're really just happy to have the X back. And I'm happy to be doing on-ride POVs. Covering ones that I didn't cover last time I was here. And the first one we're gonna do, at least from a coaster standpoint, is the Wacky Worm behind me, which I did ride the last time I was here, and Dragon on the other side. I'm not entirely sure about Dragon, as the last time I was here was pretty busy and it was a little odd going on the coaster on my own, as my poor suffering partner would not join me, but that's not here or there. Enjoy this on-ride from the terrifying coaster that is, and one of the few that's available here at the CNE, Wacky Worm. first starts. This is definitely a new credit. Pretty zippy coaster as well. And it's done. Coasters, 2 POVs, 1 new credit, and a fun house out of the way. I think I'm done in the kids section. The rest are just your standard sort of kids flat rides, which I'm not really too keen on recording me being on, or other people recording me being on for that matter. So we're gonna go to the main Midway now, make our way back through the heart of the X. We're on the Dufferin Gate sign, and as you get to this side, it is certainly not busy today because right about now, as per those ominous clouds, rain was on the forecast, including thunderstorms, but still nothing has happened, because every time there's a forecast for it lately, it hasn't happened. I already delayed this vlog by a couple of days because of that, so here we are, winging it, and so far so good. This is a very pretty section of the grounds, and I will say while we're doing this little area that the exhibition grounds are among the few preserved buildings that we have left in Toronto that really have like a genuine character of the city, or at least of its original vision for how the city was to look back in, say, the turn of the century, the turn of the 20th century. Now, as we make our way down this way, there are some significant buildings to our right, which are the Arts and Crafts Building, and also the Better Living Center, of which we'll do an explore later on this evening. But for now, we're headed to where the crowds are, straight ahead.
From the rear, face forward and sit down on the seat when it arrives. Keep your hands close to your chest until the safety bars have been closed by the attendants. Please.
So we are currently on the Sky Ride, which is generally the longest wait that you can anticipate here at the X. Despite the size of the ride and its capacity, it's always usually got a big crowd, but that's a good indication of what's to come, as it was a walk-on, as all the rides today will probably be a walk-on. It also gives you an idea of what to expect ride-wise as we overlook the Midway below. Doesn't look like too many changes. We'll go through some of it when I'm down there, as there are some changes as I'm noticing already. Some classics have returned. I believe there's one new attraction. There's one less as well. I do know, for example, that Mach 3 is in a completely different location than previous years. On the opposite side of the Midway entirely. We're also missing the Blizzard, which was a credit I was hoping to get today. Unfortunately is not available, and the Crazy Mouse is in its place. Seems like a pretty standard offering, a little bit less than in recent years. We'll go through it all, as I said, once we're down there. Just like that, we're on the opposite side of the grounds, but I have a good idea what's to come now. We'll see. Kind of disappointed there's a couple of selections that are not here, i.e. that Blizzard coaster, the Binfari, I believe it is, the design is no longer here. It was one of the more newer coasters as part of the selection, but it's not here, alas. Yeah, there seems to be like a couple of rides that are not here, and a very classic sort of Midway selection, which means my stomach is not going to take it so well, as there's always a hurricane here available for some strange reason, and then you get your stomach up in arms after something like that. It's not so good. All right, anyway, we're off. This will probably be the last hosted segment that I perform, as I now send my stomach through the madness that is the CNE. This would be the rolling portion. These rolls are not available. Probably because they're better. Okay, well, we rocked and we kind of rolled, but not much of. Make that for what you will. park, everybody. Now let's get out of here. Can you do the weave through? Oh yeah, we just go right through everybody. Oh yeah. Oh, gotta get away from these guys. Oh, that's it. That was a very successful run, ladies and gentlemen. Very satisfied with Scooter.
emergency exits.
Now, I know there used to be stuff in this room. There is not anymore. Sad.
Go ahead.
Thank you.
And what do you call on the front?
New Jersey, we're just coming back from the American recall. Can you please call Nicholas?
That is Mardi Gras.
First season back since COVID. CNE Canadian National Exhibition 2022.
That's right, that's the one we
Niagara
need.
Falls Flume.
That's it, man.
Enjoy your
A
ride.
classic. Oh yeah, thanks, man. Excited to be trying another round on the Niagara Falls. Closest log flume to Niagara Falls. Would you believe this first drop is actually more intense than the second? Here we go. Oh baby, time for refresh. Woo! It's hot and humid today. That is welcome, as welcome refreshment. Beautiful Niagara Falls. That's it. We're next. Here we go. Oh no! Oh! Woo! Not so bad. Refreshing. the zipper there. I'm nearly done my flat ride challenge, but I now need to take a break for obvious reasons. It's just completely boring. You can kind of see the clouds, they were coming in. I think we're going to be delayed for about a half an hour, so I'm going to go get some food, and then we'll carry on in our flat ride challenge 2022 here at the CNE.
20 feet.
How arrogant. Not even good 17.
Okay, so I've got my indulgent snack here during the break, which is cookie dough balls, deep fried, in flavors of double chocolate Reese and macadamia nut white chocolate. So looking forward to this. It's probably going to be very sweet. I also just noticed one thing about using the food building is that say that again in case you didn't catch that. Using the food building, it's cash only at most of these stands, so when you get there, you're either paying $1.50 service charge to get cookie dough balls, or you're just not getting anything because they only take cash, like the Tim Hortons, which is crazy to think about. So something to take in mind, especially for someone like me that doesn't have coffee in their system quite yet. Alright, I'm gonna do this. I'll have sugar in my system at least, and then get back to the Midway. We'll see you in a bit.
Hanging up at the top, waiting your turn.
Oh baby. Woo! Mach 3. Oh no. Stead flight, baby. Oh. bit of relief from the rain, which means we're in the convention center now, or exhibition center. Anaker, Menergy Place, whatever. It's had so many names over the years. But I'm kind of blown away by the crazy retail options that you got here, as you just saw in that massive sporting apparel. Some unusual products in this place. Unfortunately, I gotta get back to the whole reason I'm here. Gotta go through these doors. It's a bit of a maze, actually. It reminds me of a flea market from my childhood. Plus, with a giant video game arcade plopped right in the middle of it. Caught up to us, and it's just come down. It's like the entire day's worth of precipitation all came down at once. So we're kind of trapped, but it is actually now starting to whittle out, believe it or not. What you see behind me is not even the worst of it. So we're gonna go back out there because I gotta shoot all my intros for the rides that I just did. Maybe if it stops, we'll get the last couple of ones that I need to do. But everything that I did not ride today, I did do in my previous vlog, so it's not the end of the world. I technically got as many of these flats in as I could. If it, you know, lightens up a bit, I might get the couple more. There's only about 5 rides left I have for the rest of the day. All right, let's see what we can do here. A very soaking CNE. A fair couple of hours later, and the only reason why we're jumping ahead in time is because I've done most of these flat rides and I want to do a walkthrough of everything that I covered earlier in the day during these point of views or POVs that I recorded that will intercut each one of these rides. I did a zigzag pattern through the Carnival Midway area and basically just hopped onto every single ride from the exit to the next one. starting with Orbiter behind me, which was quite an intense ride.
I can feel that brisket butane. Butane. Oh, ho, ho. We are on Orbiter to start our day here on one of the most intense rides in the entire Midway. And we got another one of these to look forward to, which I found was way more intense. We got some interesting compressor sounds. Definitely adding to the fearfulness of the experience. Oh, that's Orbiter. That's the first time I've done it. Actually, a pretty good ride. A great way to start our day here, officially at the Midway at theex.
Orbiter overall, really surprised by how intense that ride was actually, considering that it is really the first thing you hit in the park. And I'd have to say, I'm surprised that I never tried it till today because it was really surprisingly pleasant and forceful. The next ride that we did hit up here was this glider ride, the name of which is beyond me, and I'm certainly hoping that this POV that I shot on it turned out, because the unusual position that you have to be. It is called Cliffhanger. cliffhanger was that too intense of a ride. It was pretty standard and pedestrian. I went straight on to Mega Drop next. Russian-made freefall tower, which I'll give you the experience on now. One of my favorite parts of the Mega Drop experience was all that time you spent hanging at the top before you actually go down, and it's really forceful coming down. In fact, all these SNS power towers, the ones that you see prevalent around amusement parks and the Intamin ones, these fairground ones, or traveling drop towers, are probably the most intense, to be honest with you. None of the rides are currently operating, as they're just currently waiting to get the green light to function. But with Orbiter now starting up again, it does look like this fairground will come back to life somewhat. The next up I did was the 4000, also known as the Gravitron. I'll give you the POV for that now. Quite the cycle on it. It's quite a good ride and intense. Something I haven't done in almost 25 years, I think. It's been quite a while since I've done a Gravitron. I definitely enjoyed it. I'm surprised I didn't get sick. The ever so popular Polar Express was the next in our journey of rides. This is pretty much a legendary ride at theex, mainly because of all the decoration and decor that is featured with. It really is a highlight attraction as far as the lighting package. It's nothing too special, but it does the job. I'm hearing rides are open again. Rides are opening up. I have a ride I need to do to get my entire cachette tonight. So I'm going to rejoin you in a second as I do that right now, and we continue our tour of flat rides here at the CNE. It's a classic for a reason. Polar Express, fantastic ride. A Matterhorn. There's 3 of them in this offering of rides, or 3 of that style of ride in this carnival, which is kind of unusual. But that's the classic. That's the one that's most well known. Even though I kind of like the gondola one that we're going to be hitting later, as far as my personal preference is concerned. That being said, this ghostly like Midway was not like this earlier when I got to experience rock and roll.
That was Mr. William Jones. Now,
And I got a couple things I need to say about rock and roll because, you know, we did rock and we kind of rolled, but that thing is garbage. Like, barely any of the original functions of the ride or the funhouse are working anymore. And then kind of have to say the same about the Haunted Mansion behind me. Enjoy this POV. When you think about the Haunted Mansion, I don't know whether or not this ride has been running to its full potential for the better part of a couple decades. I don't even remember this ride being here when I was a kid. There used to be much better ghost trains in the CNE back in the past. But unfortunately, that's not the case. We get this Haunted Mansion set up every year. And as you've seen from that POV, and from the previous POV, that really not much has changed. The timing of the scares in it and other aspects of the ride were just not up to standard, I'm afraid. I am afraid. Fortunately, the Midway is now a ghost town because the rides are not functioning. However, they were earlier, including the Scrambler I just highlighted, which was a great ride with a very long cycle. It is making for some impressive imagery, though, that I hope you're enjoying. My next was the Scooter, an excellent ride on this bumper car. Miniature bumper car, they have 2 in this fair, one on the other side of the carnival. But this was a pretty decent ride with those classic cars that haven't been altered and really like seatbelt optional. They're polishing things down, which looks like it might be time to get these rides back up and running soon. By far the ride I feared the most on my return and challenge to do all the flats, Hurricane. Come along to see why. We are on the Hurricane, a ride that I have not ridden in 30 years. I fear this. I noticed that it actually slowed down a lot quicker. My main problem with this ride was how long it takes for it to actually stop. Hopefully we'll have a lot more success than what I remember.
force in these cars. It's like not even describable. And then you go up and down. Woo! We are crushing to the side of the vehicle. Too much. Oh my God. Woo! Classic. No wonder it's still around. Woo! Body is just pressed right up against the side here. I don't think I've experienced more force in a ride, at least centrifugal force, than what this does. And this part of the ride is the part that got me. I will admit, I've never puked on a flat ride, although I did witness it on this ride long time ago, where the kid was like, at this point, stop the ride, stop the ride, and it kind of just does this coast until it stops. I will admit, we're doing not so bad today. All right, well, that's Hurricane done for the first time in many years. Great view of the park, or the Midway as well. After that experience on Hurricane, I was not able to get this tilt-a-whirl as it was closed earlier. I believe it's open now. However, I did do a tilt-a-whirl all the way on the other side of the carnival. Because again, for some reason we have two versions of some rides here. Alpen Bob's. Come along. My favorite of the Matterhorns. I just love that swinging gondola. It's a fantastic ride. And also a classic here at the CNE. Zero Gravity is a classic Pharaoh's Eye, at least as I know it. A roundup that's still offered here in Canada. The last of its kind.
The rides are now starting to function now, so it looks like we're going to be able to hop on a couple more, including this Star Flyer that I did not get on earlier, but I will try to get on now.
Tower bounces. Now on Remix, as far as I'm concerned, the most intense ride, not only here at the CNE, but among the most that I've experienced. We'll see. Dry after being drenched in the rain. Unfortunately, I think we're not done. Oh, we're done. See, I'm quite soaked because no sooner than we had a little bit of a let up and I got on a couple extra rides, it just came down again, and now it's dry. So I'm kind of at the point of not really sure whether or not I'm going to be able to get the last couple of flats in, or whether or not if it comes down again I'll just probably leave because the ride stoppages are happening and then they gotta run cycles through. So it's yeah, I've been here a long day already and it's been pretty successful. I did want to wrap up a couple of insights onto some of the rides that I didn't cover
because I think I'm just going to ram those POVs in there for you. Hurricane, which was quite intense, as I did say in the commentary on the ride itself. It's quite surprising how good of a ride it was. Still nauseating. The zipper was pretty clunky. I will say it wasn't quite the ride that I remember it from last time, where it was one of the most intense and satisfying flat rides of my life. Maybe it's all about the partner that you have in the ride. It was decent. It sounded a little rickety. Not the best zipper ever. Other highlights probably will always Mach 3, that fantastic KMG. I'm pretty sure it's a KMG. Yeah, it was just crazy. Unfortunately, the camera started to die out a little bit during the POV, but you caught most of it. It's a spectacular ride. A little annoying trying to get that single rider situation going. I had to sort of weasel my way in, but luckily the ride operators, and I will say the standout of this CNE has been operations. While, you know, it is Carnival, so you know what you get. They've been very friendly and very happy to be back here at the X, and they've let us know it. So yeah, big props, and yeah, definitely enjoyed that very much. In addition to that, I'd say, yeah, overall it's just been a great vibe and atmosphere, and it's been great to get back to the X. Hopefully I get a couple more rides in, so if that's the case, you're going to get a couple more POVs before this vlog is done.
Oh shit, they're about to go down. They're about to go down. Hey, 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 oh my god, no, no. Oh hell no. Oh hell. Oh, the turn was unexpected.
These carts are slow, bro. Welcome to the saddest go-kart or bumper carts ever. Can't even get out. Too busy texting while driving. This guy's doing it too. This car's got no power. Zero power. Once again, for the third time now, we've got a downpour, and I managed to squeeze in a couple more POVs, but this is the end of the vlog. As it's getting a little bit later now, and yeah, we've covered pretty much every single flat ride that we could. We missed the pirate ship. We missed really one of my favorite rides, which was the KMG spinning ride that I did get in my last vlog, that unfortunately I'm not going to get this time because it's just too rainy, and it keeps closing down. So I missed that. I also missed the Ferris wheel and a carousel. Overall impressions of the CNE, glad that it's back. Certainly long overdue. It really does serve a certain style of entertainment in Toronto that's not available in other places in the country. At least an affordable family outing with a ton of rides for you to enjoy during that time. It only costs $41 for admission plus a ride all day pass. So shop around, as they used to say. You're not going to find that much of a better value than that. That was an advance pass, so who knows how much it is actually. I think it gets upwards to $62 if you're buying it day of here at the CNE. Always a great out. Definitely something worth taking the entire family out to, or just yourself, like I am. I've noticed a lot of kind of solo travelers here as well. So I think just people are just trying to get back into the atmosphere of what theex is about. It was nice to take in the full exhibition grounds as well during this particular visit. Anyhow, guys, thank you for watching. It's definitely been a great day out. I probably won't be back next year if the rides are the same as this year. I'll just say, because yeah, it is sort of like a you know, repetitive experience if you do it every year. But it's certainly worth taking in every couple. And now that we're back, we've done so. Thanks for watching, guys. I'm gonna go dry off and enjoy the rest of the night here. Always enjoy.